Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Odyssey Motorsport TV track and smack. We have Formula 4s at Summit Point tonight. I'm your host, TJ Yankee. Alongside me in the broadcast booth, as always, is LaShawn Young-Dilworth. And we have a special guest with us tonight. Odyssey Motorsport driver Emil Toe is in the broadcast booth with us, guest broadcasting us tonight. Els, how you doing? And then Emil, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, TJ. How are we doing tonight at the track and smack?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, TJ?
I'm doing fantastic, man. We just got done doing this track and smack delayed broadcast. Els and I and Emil all take part in this track and smack every 2 Mondays, so twice a month. We have track smack at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it is usually a free track in car combo. This time it was the Formula 4s at Summit Point. But here, let's go over our grid real quick. Firstly, Summit Point, it's a relatively short track. It's only 2 miles. It's got 9 turns, and it is a lot of fun in this car. We had a blast. No damage in this session here. So this is just for fun. Everyone's having a good time out here. Odyssey Motorsport is hosting good times for everyone. Before we get too far into stuff, we're going to start off with one of our broadcast sponsors. That's Els on the Sim 888. If you want to check out some of these cool liveries, like this one right here. Look at that guy. That's an awesome livery. Els put that together himself. He puts together most of the Odyssey Motorsports liveries. So if you want an awesome livery, check out Els on the Sim 888. That's on Instagram and TikTok. And then if we go down to Emil here, it's also sponsored by Toe Racing. So Toe Racing Toe_Racing 71 on Instagram and at Toe Racing 71 on TikTok. Emil here joining us tonight. He's making content, really awesome sim racing content. So be sure to check that out when you get the opportunity. But before we go any further, Els, how was it around Summit Point?
Man, Summit Point is my favorite. I want to say the B word when I call it, but we're going to keep it friendly. Man, Summit Point is where I just have the most fun, especially in these F4s. It's a tight, small track, but you got nice braking zones, nice places to pass. You got fast corners, a long straight, all the right ingredients for some tight racing, TJ. I mean, Emil, how did you feel about it?
It was absolutely a blast. I mean, I'm not the best with formula cars, and I'm definitely not the best around this track or the fastest around this track. But I mean, like you're saying, like the sweeping corners, the straights, there's really great racing tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with both of you guys. A ton of fun. Never driven a Formula 4 around this specific track. I've driven the Formula 4 before a while back. Like Emil, I'm not the fastest in it, but it is just so much fun. The downforce, especially with no damage, obviously, in the officials with Formula 4. If you do touch any car at all, your race is pretty much done. But here we're just doing damage-free, having a good time, and a good time we definitely had. Going to go over the grid real fast. Joey Tricano was our pole sitter. Unfortunately for him, living down in Florida, he had some weather issues. He lost power, lost internet connection. So as we get started on the parade lap here, you're going to see him drop out. He'll be joining us the next track and smack that he's able to join. Connor Hayes in second place. Joey put in a 108.185. That was your pole time. Emil Toe in third place. In the house for Odyssey Motorsport TV. Avery Dickinson in fourth place. Clancy Garvin, also an Odyssey Motorsport driver, in fifth place. Kyle Shook, an Odyssey Motorsport driver, in sixth place. Myself in seventh place. And Bowie Sewin in eighth place. Kobe Brooks in ninth place. Michael Jamunder in 10th place. 11th place is LaShawn Young-Dilworth, an Odyssey Motorsport driver as well. And then Oliver Brooks rounded out the top 10. We're going to bring up the race scoring tower. We're going to go ahead and hit start here. And oh man, look at that. Look at that image on his on the bottom there. That's a heck of image. He's got a trophy and a helmet in one hand and an awesome haircut. So Joey having pretty cool stuff on SDK. As I said, he's going to be dropping out here almost immediately as those storms went across Central Florida and knocked the power out for him. So we got a full parade lap here, and then we'll be green flag racing. Els, any specific corner real tough for you around here?
Just a reminder, there is no damage, so if you get tangled up...
Oh, well, let me turn that off real quick. Where is...
The left.
Far left.
Far left?
Far left.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's turn that off. We don't need to hear me talking to the guys on the thing. But, all right, Els, as you were saying, any difficult corners for you?
Difficult corner. Everybody knows at Summit Point, the left-hand sweeper, off camber, kind of on camber, into the dirt type of thing. I think it's turn 3 or 4, I believe it is. Everybody's going to have trouble with that, getting it perfect. But I personally had trouble with the hairpin.
Oh, turn 1?
The hairpin that comes in... The hairpin that comes after, I think it's turn 6, turn 5 or turn 6.
All right. How about you, Emil? Any particular corner was extra difficult here for you?
Yeah, it was the hairpins as well. I found myself going to peak pressure on braking too much, so I would just go really deep into the corners, and then there's a few times I spun. So.
Fair enough. Just another thing that these Formula 4 cars don't have ABS, so if you do go a little too hard on the brakes, you're going to lock up, lose control, and that's going to be bad news for yourself and everyone around you. Formula 4 cars, it's very, very, very agile car, but it's very light. A lot of the drivers tonight were not able to put enough fuel in without changing the ride height. The ride height kept failing tech inspection, so a number of drivers had to actually stop for fuel in this 30-minute sprint around here. So you're going to see that happen later in the race as well. I had my own problems with my hardware here, so we're heading down the final straight here towards the last corner. That's actually where I had the most trouble getting it consistently quick. Towards the end of the session, I did finally figure it out, but the first couple laps I was really struggling to get good speed, carry speed around the corner here. As the pace car dives off, we're going to get ready for green flag racing for Odyssey Motorsport TV track in smack, as Connor Hayes is going to lead everyone down the front straight, and once he goes, everyone else is going to go too.
Let's go.
Here we go. Green flag. Green flag.
Gonna be exciting.
Here we go, heading down into turn 1. Everyone keeping it tidy so far. Emil going side by side with Kyle Shook into turn 1. Is he going to be able to hold on to second here? Still side by side as they head down towards turn 2.
Trying to keep it as clean as we can, TJ.
And doing that so far, a little bit off there. Myself in the background going off too. Kyle's going to get a little bit ahead, and then it's Clancy Garvin going up the inside into that tight, twisty bit for the first time here. Clancy Garvin, another Odyssey Motorsport driver. What was that, Emil?
I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure those are the corners that I was struggling with the most on the track, the carousels.
Yeah, fair enough. It is tight there, especially these cars take a lap or two to get the tires up temperature, so that first lap is going to be tough to get by. Bowie Suin in 5th place right now. Has a couple people hot on his tail. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1 between Bowie, Els, and Emil. No, it's going to stay side by side, Bowie and Emil here.
It felt like me and Bowie had a pretty decent battle for almost the whole race.
Yeah, I was behind you for quite a bit of that there. Els, did you have any battles on track? Oh, man, you were right behind him there.
I don't think y'all realize I started in the back, and I think I'm in 4th right now, I believe.
Yeah, 4th position.
So I gained probably 6 positions in the first couple
turns. Couple guys going off there. That's
I think I locked up.
Kobe Brooks. Avery Dickinson going off there. And then now it's me and Emil.
Yeah, we had a pretty good run going.
Yep, heading on to the final corner here. See, I just struggle with that final corner, getting it at speed over and over again.
Yeah,
Were you guys keeping it in 5th there? Because I was keeping it in 5th.
Yeah, I was keeping it in 5th.
I would keep it in 5th, but I would barely brake right before the corner and kind of trail a little bit. But I know these cars have a lot of downforce, so.
Yeah, we're going to jump up to Kyle Shook and Connor Hayes. The battle for 2nd position with Clancy Garvin just up ahead, leading the way right now. Shook taking a look on the outside, now on the inside on Connor Hayes, but is not able to get the move done as they head through that tight sector at the end there. It's a left, a right, and a left, so if you're on the outside for one corner, you might be on the inside for the next one, which gives you that advantage.
It is very satisfying, though, as soon as you come out of these sweeping corners and get an overtake.
Yeah, no, it's this car is, once you get it down, this car is a ton of fun to drive. It's so satisfying once you get those the braking right, and especially on this circuit here, like you said, there's kind of that double right-hander coming out of that tight and twisty section. It's real awesome to get that right.
Absolutely.
So, after lap 4, Clancy Garvin leading the way, Connor Hayes in 2nd place, Kyle Shook in 3rd place, LaShawn Young-Dilworth in 4th place, Bowie Sewin in 5th place. That's your top 5, as Connor Hayes is really putting the heat to Clancy Garvin here, heading into lap 4, going through turn 3. They actually count that little, I guess you say kink. It's kind of a continuation of turn 1. They count that as a turn, so that is technically turn 2. So turn 3 is that left-hander that so many people had trouble with.
Yeah, these corners too, I was struggling with quite a bit. I guess I was just throwing the car too much into the corners.
Yeah, one of the things that it takes a little while to get used to is Connor Hayes taking a look up the inside here, but backs out at the last second. These cars, they can slide a little bit, and kind of like the Miata, it's actually a really quick way to get the car around the track, and you don't lose control of it. As Connor Hayes taking a look up the inside into turn 1 here on Clancy Garvin for the lead, and he's going to get it. Oh, Kyle Shook's going to get into the back there. A little bit of a lockup from Connor Hayes. Kyle Shook getting in the back of Clancy Garvin. A little Odyssey Motorsport friendly fire there. Heading into turn 2 and turn 3 here. Oh! As Clancy's going to go wide. And now here's Els going to take advantage of that. Thank you. That's 3rd place for him. Bowie Sewin trying to get by here. I want to say I was behind Bowie, Emil, and Clancy for a few laps here. And Bowie and Clancy and Emil were side by side multiple laps here as you see these guys just going for it. Really great racing from this group of cars here.
I think there was one moment I decided to take the gap, make it 3 wide.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, that was coming out of that corner. It was one of the few times I actually got a good exit there on you, Emil, and turned out of the way just in time not to actually hit you.
And that was a lot of the times where I just got a little nervous going into that corner.
Yep, there, right there. You locked up a little bit going into turn 1. Bowie Sewin trying to get back up on Clancy Garvin as LaShawn's just going to kind of walk away from the 3 of us. What you got, Els?
No, I was going to ask you guys, were you guys actually fuel saving? Because I did not have enough fuel, and I was lifting and coasting. Although I was, a little bit ahead, I was trying to hold on to the drop. But the lifting and coasting just not working in this car. I mean, what about you guys?
Yeah, well, I'll start by saying that I knew to change the spring rate. So the problem is we were trying to add fuel to this car to get it to the 30 minutes. And when you do that, the more weight gets in the car, the lower to the ground it gets. Well, there's a minimum height from the ground that these cars have to be. And when you add the fuel, it made them fail tech inspection. So you have to go in and change the spring rates and stuff like that. You can't just change the ride height. You got to change the spring rates, which, a harder spring is going to make the car kind of stick up a little more as Els is going to go into second place here on Kyle Shook going into turn 1. And then Bowie Suin once again side by side with Clancy. Yeah, so a number of drivers didn't do that, so I didn't have to fuel save. But these cars being as efficient as they are, only using about an eighth or not even a quarter of a gallon per lap, there's not a ton of fuel saving that you can do under a short race distance. So over a long race distance, you might be able to, but short race distance. So I did not have to. Emil, did you have to fuel save?
I don't believe so. As you guys know me, I have a problem with my foot being glued to the pedal a little too much. So I was pedal to the metal most of this race.
Race car stuff.
Yep, here we go. Heading into that final corner there. I'm side by side with Bowie. That's Clancy Garvin up ahead. This is the battle for fourth position here as Clancy gets a little loose coming out of the final corner. And here we go. Oh, goodness. Here's where the 3 wide happens. Going down the front straight. I'm on the inside. Clancy got loose, so he's back behind me. I'm trying to pick a lane here. And Emil's going to get ahead on the inside, but this is, again, where I said Bowie was captain side by side throughout most of the race. Oh, no, contact.
Oh, man.
Triple contact there as all 3 of us are going off. Clancy Garvin's going to be able to keep going. We're going to jump back to Michael Jamunder here, who's inherited 4th, 5th, and 6th place from the 3 of us getting knocked out there. But it's just for fun. It's going to happen. I was actually really, really impressed with everyone's driving. Everyone driving very, very cleanly, very respectfully. To be side by side in these cars, not easy to do.
And I quote from Els during the race, I think he said that there was going to be more carnage than this.
Yeah. Well, I expected it to be pretty bad as well, but it was not. So we're on board with Emil. That's Joey there, who was lost power. Then he rejoined. And then later in the race, he lost internet. So he ended up pulling out for now. But he's in between Emil and Bowie. Right now it's a battle for 9th place between these two.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump up to Oliver Brooks and Clancy Garvin real quick. What you got, Emil?
I was just going to say, just from practice, like, this is my first time driving with Joey, but he is fast.
Yeah, I remember from practice, he's one of the only ones who got into the 107s, which is ridiculously fast in this car around this track. Actually, we're going to jump up to Kyle Shook and Els here. This is the battle for 2nd place, as we are about a third of the way through this 30-minute sprint session, just over 10 minutes in. Els battling teammate Kyle Shook here. Are you going to go defensive?
Nope. I'm going to keep it.
Oh,
maybe
you should have.
Maybe I should have.
Yep,
I remember that. We had a little bit of netcode issue going on there, just a little bit of a tap on the tire. But it was netcode that made me fly out there. So,
fair enough.
iRacing things.
iRacing things do happen. Michael Jamender here trying to catch up to Avery Dickinson. Battle for 4th place. Now, I was actually surprised. I didn't have any problems not locking up the car at all. How about you guys? You guys have any lockup problems, or was it pretty much sorted?
I had a lot.
How about you, Els?
I didn't lock up, but I did have a spin. We'll see that in the future here a little bit. And it was more or less me over braking. We'll see it here in a little bit, and we'll discuss it a little bit more, but not really a lockup, no.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so right now we're on board with Clancy Garvin. Oliver Brooks right behind him, going to try to take a look up the inside, but he tucks back in for turn 1 here. And you can see how close these cars get. I remember someone made a comment during the race session, can we bump draft these? Definitely not. Do not do that. You can see how pointy that front end is. Not the type of car for bump drafting here, the Formula 4s. Clancy,
Well, guess what, TJ?
What you got?
We bump drafted because there's no damage and we're in the track and smack, just having a little bit of fun. So we said, you know what? You can't do this in officials. We're going to bump draft.
We're going to jump back to Emil and Bowie real quick as they are nose to tail here going through the start of that tight sector of the back half of the track.
Like I was saying earlier, TJ, it felt like we were fighting the whole race after that crash.
Yeah, Bowie, a part of that Drivetrain Motorsports crew that joins us for the Track and Smacks. Great guy. He's actually the reason I got into iRacing. I went over to his house after I moved up to Metro Detroit. I tried out his rig and I said, okay, I need to do this. So Bowie Suden, the reason why I am neck deep in sim racing now.
He brought you your expensive hobby, TJ.
And it makes me very happy. So I can't even blame him for it. We jump back to Oliver Brooks here, still trying to get by Clancy Garvin for 6th place. L's up there still battling Kyle Shook for 2nd within a half second as well. Connor Hayes just kind of walked away here, 4.5 seconds up in the lead, so heck of a race for him so far. And then here comes Kyle and Els. What's up?
I was going to say, he got lucky because me and Kyle just got into it a little bit. You know, the incident before, he just got lucky.
All right, let's see what's going to happen here as we head down towards turn 1. Looks like Shook's just going to stick it right in the middle of the road and hold on to 2nd place for now. As Els is right on the back of him heading out of turn 1 and 2 here.
I believe at this point I was telling Kyle Shook, hey, let's try and catch up with the leader. We got a little incident, and let's see what we can do and keep it consistent for a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. And that gap between Emil and Bowie also incredibly tight, as Emil had said that he and Bowie just duked it out all race long. We're going to jump to them real quick as they're heading through turn 3, heading on down to that tight sector on the back half of the track.
And I was also going to add earlier from Els not making a move on Kyle there, and when he was talking to him during the race, I can confirm Els has a lot of patience, and he will pounce on you if you make the smallest mistake. I see it on his TikToks every day, and it happens.
Yeah, and as we were looking at you and Bowie, Els made the move. He's into 2nd place right now with Shook behind him trying to get back into 2nd place. So this podium battle is pretty fierce between the teammates. Head on into turn 3.
Now, Kyle Shook is running the special Odyssey livery made by himself. So shout out Kyle Shook for the rainbow tie-dye Odyssey Sim Magic thingamabob livery. Take a look at that.
I do like the colors.
Oh, look at those. Look at those. That's pretty awesome.
I do like how he kept the design from the Radical with the spine kind of looking.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
Phoenix.
Very nicely done. As
like
he
that.
almost loses it coming out of the final corner. What were you going to say, Els?
I would say maybe that's something we should keep on our liveries. Maybe that spine kind of theme going on maybe even all of our cars. I don't know.
Yep, just past the halfway point, Avery Dickerson going by Michael Jamender for 4th place into turn 1 up the front straightaway. Clancy Garvin also trying to get by Michael here, heading into turn 3. Right on the gearbox as they head in. Yeah, that turn 3. It was tough to get. It's tough to get that one right, especially when you're battling somebody. It's just so easy to dip a tire off. You lose a ton of momentum here. Oh, Clancy getting real close, and that's Oliver Brooks right behind Clancy, trying to take advantage of any mistake that Clancy makes. Yep. So I actually, you can kind of see now I'm a lap down. So I had my hardware issue where I got kicked out of the session and jumped back in. But these guys duking it out. Emil just got by Bowie.
I think he got loose, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a huge gap between the two of you guys now. So, yep, somebody had it off track. Heading down into turn 1 here. Clancy going to take a look at the inside. No, he's going to switch back to the outside. Who's going to break first? Oh, man. Michael is going to hold on to 4th position, but Clancy is not done yet as they head down towards turn 3. Who's going to get the better drive out of this? This is uphill, so if you get a better exit, you can potentially overtake here. Looks like neither right now. $18 minutes into the session, so only 12 remaining. These guys really putting on a show. And like I said, I had a blast out there. I was unfortunate about the hardware issue, me dropping from the session, then have to jump back in. But yeah, everyone seemed to have a really good time and raced pretty darn cleanly, especially for Formula 4s. Granted, there was no damage, so if there is a little touch, everyone just kind of kept going on. That was kind of the idea of the track and smack, is just to have some fun. Now that these guys have spaced out a little bit, we're going to jump back to Emil, who's up on Kyle Shook now.
Trying to do the best I can with that last turn. I just am not confident at all.
Yeah, so this car with the downforce that it generates, it does generate downforce. As you take a look up the inside into turn 1, but think better of it and duck back in behind. It does generate downforce, but it also slides quite easily. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, the start of the broadcast, you can actually control that slide, and it's really easy to keep the car pointed in the right direction. I mean, you might lose some time, but it makes this car just a ton of fun to drive. We're going to jump up to Avery as he is right on the back of Els. It's the battle for second place in the track and smack tonight.
Oh, I believe we missed the spin because he popped up after I took a nice 360.
Oh, I didn't see it, so it didn't happen, Els.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No spin at all. Heading down into turn 1 here. What's going to happen? I think he's just going to patiently wait behind you and try to get a run at a different time to try to overtake you here, as he's a little tighter on turn 1, but you carried a little bit more speed there on the outside.
Turn 1 is definitely a very satisfying dive bomb moment.
Yeah, I mean, after the long straight as well, it's one of the best opportunities to overtake on this track in any car, let alone this car here. So you're going from, high speed with downforce down to low speed, where the mechanical grip is what's going to determine if you get a good exit out of that corner or not. So turn 1, where most of the action happens on this, especially with the final corner, if you get a good drive out of that. As Els is jumping into the pits for his fuel stop, he was not able to make it to the end of the race without stopping for fuel. So that battle is done there. We're going to jump back to Emil as you see Michael Jamunder also jumping into the pit lane for his fuel stop. So
now
Go ahead, Els.
Now another error that I remember making is leaving the margin on is something that you always have to do. Take the margin off of your fuel that the auto fuel gives, so you're not sitting in there for a whole 2 or 3 seconds for no reason when you're trying to get only half a gallon to 1 gallon of fuel. So I made that mistake,
think about that.
and that was the reason why I ended up having to climb my way back through.
Did you turn off tires at least?
I did turn off tires. I got because you know how there's one check for the tires on the F course. I got lucky with that on my way into the pits.
Yeah, so iRacing automatically defaults to changing tires. Obviously, for a splash and dash like Els is doing, we're at 22 minutes in, so 8 minutes remaining for the splash and dash that he needed. did not want to take tires, as he said, more time stationary in the pits. Not what you want to do. But right now we got Emil, Michael Jaminder, and Bowie Suin. Well, actually, it's just Bowie and Michael Jaminder, as Emil had a little bit of an off. Oh, you jumped into the pit for your fuel.
Yeah. I remember I jumped in. I set my limiter really, really early because I brought up my thing for the tires, and every single one of them were selected, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yep, so you gotta, if you don't want tires, you gotta either on the grid unselect them, or, I mean, what I usually do in other racing series here is we watch Els here try to get past Avery. I remember you making a comment on this track and specs. It seems to be like you and Avery are always duking it out, very similar pace, Els.
Yep, me and Avery are gonna have a nice little rivalry at some point because we always have some good racing, and I enjoy racing with him. He's a very good driver. So shout out Avery Dickinson for pulling up to the track and smack. Let's have some more races. Let's have some more fun, some more side-by-sides, more passing. Pull up, man.
Yeah, Avery, a regular here. Part of that Spin City group, correct?
I believe so. The Spin City group. Yes.
Yeah. He's usually out here as Els is really closing in on that gap. He is right on the rear end of Avery here going into turn one. But holds back for now. Coming up on 24 minutes in, so 6 minutes remaining. Again, you keep seeing that dust go up. That's turn 3 is a number of people. You can dip your tire off there ever so slightly to kick up the dust and you don't get it off track. It doesn't really slow you down, but it is easy to get that wrong.
Now, were you guys lifting through there, or were you braking like barely before?
So I was just ever so gently touching the brakes, and then I stopped doing that. I was just lifting. How about you, Els?
I was lifting as well. There were certain times I was brushing the brakes, and that's if I were coming in too fast, obviously. But most of the time, you can just let off in this thing because of the downforce.
Yep. We see Avery Dickinson taking a look up the inside on Kyle Shook here. I think he's got the position. He does. So that's Avery into third place. Kyle Shook trying to battle back here as we're in the final 5 minutes of this 30-minute sprint around Summit Point in the Formula 4s for the Odyssey Motorsport TV track and smack. Like El said, Avery usually up there fighting for a podium position in these track and smacks. El's actually usually up there fighting for a podium as he's still part of the fight here. Oh! Ooh. As soon as I had to say something, wide. Avery is going to go wide. He's back now. Kyle Shook into third place. Els, you got less than 5 minutes to catch up to Kyle and get by him and get onto the podium.
Working on it.
As we're going to see who gets the better exit here out of the final corner and if you can utilize some of that slipstream down the long front straight to close the gap or not. Looks like less than a half a second. You can see the gap is coming down relatively quick here. What's going to happen going into turn 1? I don't think you're close enough at this point. So you live to fight another day.
Just look at that Odyssey logo just glistening in the sun, though, when that thing goes by.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome, Els. I love the spec mac that you put on there to really make the details on your liveries pop. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, guys. I'm thinking we need to revamp it at some point. So I want to work with the painters on the team and really get something going. We got a couple ideas to really just make it ours, not just me, just ours. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Els. And as you notice, if you look at all the different Odyssey drivers, see Kyle Shook here. He's got his own kind of paint. Els has his. If we jump back to Clancy, he's got his own kind of thing with very similar. Me, I have the original gangster version that Els started out with. As we see further back there, Oliver Brooks trying to break the draft on Kyle Shook. That would be the battle for second position here, as it's now a three-way battle. So it's Oliver, Kyle, and LaShawn here, all trying to get into the podium and get up into second place. 2.5 minutes remaining. So what, 2 laps or so left?
And I can tell you the last 2 minutes I was understeering, oversteering. My tires were absolutely cooked.
Yeah,
I actually had. Oh, I was gonna say I actually had no problems with my tires. I was just pushing the entire way and just being delicate with the steering, with the brakes, and managed to keep pace, I believe.
look at that. That's pretty close.
Man, you
I
are
said we don't bump draft here, Els. Not in the Formula car. Not in the Formula car.
Bump drafting and then I'm passing.
Takes a look up the inside and is able to hold off Kyle Shook for now. Great move after the contact, but Kyle Shook still side by side as head into turn 3. Shook on the inside, and you go around the outside and you claim third position. So nice move from you, Els. Now Shook has Avery Dickinson now on the attack here. This would be for the final podium position here tonight.
Some great racing tonight.
Yeah, and it's very strange because this is a downforce car. It's a very light car. It is kind of a momentum car because you can turn a little too much. You can slide the car. You can scrub off some speed, and then whoever is right behind you, man, they are right on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
L's cutting the corner there a little bit on the final corner as we have the white flag now waving. So this is the final lap. Let's see if Avery, Kyle, or Els, who's going to take the final podium positions here. Oh, that's Avery going up the inside of Shook for fourth place.
That was wild.
That was wild. That was a heck of a dive. No contact was made, so a clean dive. But Avery's going to go wide, and now Shook's going to take a look up the inside here. Now the outside, and then it'll be the inside. But is he going to be able to get in front of him? Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Oh, no.
Shook's going to get away with it because there's no damage. But, yeah, a little bit of contact there. I think he just slid a little bit. Els, you only got 2 turns left, bud. You're going to be able to get up into second with Oliver Brooks.
I'm working on it, man. Come on, man.
Speaking of the Brooks, Kobe was behind me in the beginning of the race, but I don't know what happened to him. I was looking at my overlay and it said he DNF'd.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Yep, this is one of the tracks where you can launch the car. Right here on the right, there is a little hill. You see Kyle Shook over there just having some fun. Oh, man. Emil coming around the exiting that tight section, heading down the back. He's going to be the last driver out on track in 8th position. Heck of a race. I had a blast. I'm sure you guys did too. Once he goes by, we'll read off the final standings for tonight's Odyssey Motorsports Track and Smack.
I don't know what I was trying to do there.
Oh.
As you throw it in.
Oh.
Was that Shook making some donuts and then don't know what happened there.
I think the replay might be over with.
All right, so let's jump to the results here then. Since the replay does say that it's over, let's make sure we're on the race. We are on the race. So your winner tonight, Connor Hayes, is going to lead the way after Kyle Shook and LaShawn Young-Dilworth got tangled up a little bit. He just kind of walked off into the distance to take the win of tonight's Track and Smack. Oliver Brooks came in second with LaShawn Young-Dilworth hot on his tail in third place. Kyle Shook, 4th place. Bowie Sewin, 5th place. Avery Dickinson in 6th place. Clancy Garvin in 7th place. Emil Toe in 8th place. Myself, TJ Yankee in 9th place. Michael Jamender in 10th place. Joey Lacatricano, I think I said that right. In 11th place. Kobe Brooks in 12th place. And Jerome Johnson in 13th place. So, Track and Smack, another one is done and dusted here. What did you guys think?
It was a blast.
TJ, I had a blast. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's such a good combination. The car just sticks to the ground if you know what you're doing, and sometimes it won't if you don't know what you're doing. Obviously, we've seen that, but definitely a fun combination. Just intense racing all the way through. I'm pretty sure the guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, we have a better Track and Smack next 2 weeks. We're doing this every 2 weeks, the second Monday and the last Monday of every month. So if you have the time, please pull up. We're gonna have some more fun at the Track and Smack. Emil, what did you think?
Oh, it was an absolute blast, Els. I'm glad Joey got to join us. That was, even though he had some internet issues and his power issues, he did DM me after the race and said he had a lot of fun. So, and that's, I guess, that's what we're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah.
Fun is what we're looking for. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. So another, like I said, another Track and Smack under our belt here. We do put voting up the week leading up to the Track and Smack to try to have that solidified a week ahead. So if people want to practice, they can. It is just for fun, but if they want to practice, especially if we put up something that people vote for that is an odd track car combination, you might want to get a little bit of practice in to do that. But yeah, so check out the Odyssey Motorsport Discord. Then we have Track and Smack voting that will start later this week. And then you guys can vote on what your next car track combo is for the next Track and Smack. But this has been an absolute blast. I had a great time. Wish I didn't have my own hardware issues, as I actually had enough fuel to make it to the end. So I probably would have been up there fighting you guys. But that's how it is sometimes. So I am TJ Yankee.
And I'm LaShawn Young Dilworth.
I'm Emil Toe.
And that is going to conclude our broadcast tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all the drivers who participated. Emil, thank you for being a guest commentator tonight. Hope you had fun.
Absolutely, TJ. Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
All right. And we have Kansas City Racing League tomorrow night. We'll be broadcasting that on Odyssey Motorsports TV. And so, Els, I will talk to you then. And Emil will be participating in that. So best of luck to you tomorrow night in the Kansas City Racing League.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night.